Hello, Donna here. In this video, I'm going to show you what I think is the best DIY book press. Actually, the first thing I done before this is I bought 2 breadboards. What we were originally going to do was drill 4 holes in here and do those wing nut clamps, and I kept procrastinating. I thought, no, I don't think I want to use that method, because I was thinking doing up these wing nuts all the time in each corner was going to be a bit of a problem for me. And I thought lifting up the 2 boards and then getting the papers and the books inside and then doing up the wing nuts again was going to be a real pain for me. So I decided not to go that way. So I said to him, don't make it yet. Just wait and see what happens. And then when I found the video from Daz Bookbinding, this video on how to make this, I said to him, this is the one. This is the one I want. So I'm just going to brief you on what we had to do to make it. I'll show you how it works. So I lift that up there and it just stays there. I don't even have to muck around with it. I've got my 2 what I call sandwich boards. If I'm going to press a book, I'll leave my spine out. I'll put them back there and I tighten that up, and that is pressed. That's not going anywhere. It's perfect. Could you imagine doing up these 4 wing nuts over here, trying to do this sort of thing? I highly recommend this. To take it out is easy. Unscrew it, lift it up, and it stays there. My husband's even put an X in the middle to show me where I am if I want to center anything directly in the middle. I made up a heap of signatures, and the paper was really, really wavy. I put this paper in there, just using the small blocks, put the top one on, sandwich it down, tighten it up, and I left that overnight. And when I come back, those pages were almost flat. So it's perfect for books and flattening papers. What he also done for me was do 2 bigger sandwiches, put an X in the middle again, and these size are specifically for my A4 papers. See how wavy that paper is there? You can see that the board is an inch or so bigger than my papers. I asked him to cut it that way so I can put that in there, put that block on top, and I butt it up against that back wall there. And because it's bigger, this doesn't quite fit the X, but close enough. I'll tighten it up as tight as I can get it and leave it overnight. And that worked as well. So that flattened those papers down really well. When I went to Bunnings in Australia, I bought this clamp here. It's called an F clamp, and it's the Irwin M300, 120 millimeters by 300 millimeters. That's exactly this one here. This timber here is MDF, and we bought it in a piece and then cut it down. So these were the offcuts, and they ended up being perfect for the book size. These particular boards, I'll give you the sizes that I've used here. This one here, I bought it as a breadboard, and I bought 2 because I was going to do that wing nut clamp method. This is a 40 centimeter by 40 centimeter and 3.5 centimeters thick, which is 15 3/4 by 15 3/4 and 1.5 inch deep. The sandwich boards, this big one is 26 centimeters wide by 35 centimeters long, and I've got 2 of them. The smaller one is 19 centimeters wide by 25 centimeters long, and that's 7.5 inches wide by 9 3/4 inches long. So that is all you need: a base and 2 sandwich blocks. You don't need 2 different sizes. It's entirely up to you if you have 2 different sizes. We bought door stops for the feet, which were recommended by Das Bookbinding, 5 centimeters high, $2.32 each, and your F clamp. By the way, the F clamp was around about $30. There's one more thing that I'm going to do. Because I'm going to use these here to flatten my tea-dyed papers after I've dyed them, I just want to make sure that no moisture gets into the MDF board. If it gets wet, it might swell because it's not marine quality. You only need to seal the 2 sides that are in contact with the paper, but I'm going to do both sides so they don't get dirty from use. I've used this Rust-Oleum spray sealer in satin, and you could use 2 or 3 coats of Mod Podge, but if you use the Mod Podge, I'd use a non-stick sheet between the paper and the boards, because I don't know if a damp piece of paper close to the Mod Podge will react later on. I think a timber sealer would be a better product to use. Like I said, I recommend this DIY press. I think it's the best press. So I've gone from this to this. I love it, and I know you will too. I'm not going to do a step-by-step video on exactly how to make this book press, because Das Bookbinding has already done it. So I'm going to link his video to this video so you can go and watch it step by step on how to make it, because that's what my very clever husband done. Is we watched his video and then we made this book press here. And I can't tell you how easy it was for him to make it. There's no way I could have made it. I just don't know how to use the tools. So head on over to Das Bookbinding and tell him Donna from Junk Journal Ideas sent you over. Thanks for watching, and ciao for now.
To take it out is easy. Unscrew it, lift it up, and it stays there.